They can weigh hundreds of kilograms, have teeth thicker than your hand, and spend decades turning with incredible precision. But when the machine they belong to finally dies, what happens to those massive industrial gears? Do they simply become scrap metal, or can something that old and worn still have a second life? The answer is more surprising than you might think. Let's find out right here on History of Simple Things. Long before modern automated factories and computer-controlled machinery, gears were already at the heart of industry. Early gears were often made from wood, especially in ancient mills and water-powered machines. As metalworking improved during the Industrial Revolution, iron and steel gears became stronger, more precise, and capable of transmitting enormous amounts of power. By the 19th and 20th centuries, giant gears were driving everything from steam engines and mining equipment to rolling mills, cranes, locomotives, ships, and factory machinery. Some were manufactured to operate continuously for decades, and their massive size was a reflection of the enormous forces modern industry demanded. But eventually, every gear reaches the end of its original job. A factory may shut down, a mining operation may close, or an old machine may simply become too inefficient to maintain. Sometimes the gear itself is damaged. Teeth may be worn down, cracked, pitted by corrosion, or permanently deformed. Other times the gear is still perfectly usable, but the machine around it has become obsolete. This creates an interesting question. What is actually valuable? The gear, the steel it contains, or the engineering knowledge built into it? In many cases, the first destination is a machinery salvage yard. Before anyone cuts up a massive gear for scrap, technicians may inspect it carefully. Its size, material, dimensions, tooth profile, and condition can make it valuable to another industrial operation. A large replacement gear can be extremely expensive to manufacture from scratch, especially when it requires specialized heat treatment and precision machining. If an old gear is still structurally sound, selling it as a used industrial component may be worth far more than selling it by weight. Some gears are therefore cleaned, measured, tested, and stored as spare parts. A mining company, steel mill, cement plant, shipyard, or power facility may purchase an old component simply because finding a replacement with the correct dimensions could take months. In heavy industry, downtime can cost enormous amounts of money. A seemingly ordinary gear sitting in a salvage yard might actually be exactly what another company needs. But what happens when the gear is too damaged to reuse? Then it usually enters the recycling stream. Industrial gears are commonly made from high-strength steels and alloys, which makes them valuable sources of recyclable metal. Before recycling, large gears may be transported to specialized scrap yards where they are sorted according to their composition and potential value. Moving these enormous components is an operation by itself. A gear that looks manageable in a photograph can weigh several tons. Cranes, forklifts, heavy trailers, and specialized lifting equipment may be required just to move it from the factory floor. Workers also have to consider balance, lifting points, and the possibility that a damaged gear could break unexpectedly. Unlike ordinary household scrap, industrial machinery often requires careful planning before it can even leave the building. Once the gear reaches a metal processing facility, it may be cut into smaller pieces. Huge hydraulic shears, industrial saws, or torches can reduce the component into manageable sections. The steel is then prepared for melting. At a steel mill or electric arc furnace, scrap steel can become raw material for new products. The remarkable part is that the atoms in that old gear don't simply disappear. They can become part of new steel used in construction equipment, automotive components, machinery, structural products, or countless other applications. However, not every old gear is immediately destroyed. Some become historical artifacts. Massive gears from abandoned factories, mills, mines, and transportation systems can preserve a physical connection to industrial history. Museums sometimes display them alongside old engines, turbines, presses, and locomotives. Their worn teeth and enormous dimensions can tell visitors something that photographs cannot. Just how physically demanding early industrial machinery really was. There is also another possibility: repurposing. Old gears can become tables, sculptures, architectural decorations, garden features, or industrial-themed furniture. Their circular shapes and unmistakable teeth make them visually striking. A component that once transferred thousands of horsepower can eventually become a piece of public art or a conversation piece. And sometimes, an old gear never leaves the machine at all. Entire industrial machines can be preserved because of their historical importance. In these cases, the gear remains exactly where it spent most of its working life, no longer turning but still telling the story of the factory, workers, and technology that once surrounded it. So the next time you see a gigantic steel gear sitting in a scrapyard, don't assume it's simply worthless junk. It may be waiting to power another machine, serve as a replacement part, become recycled steel, enter a museum, or even become something completely unexpected. Industrial gears are built to transfer power, but when their working lives end, they can continue transferring something else: material, value, and history from one generation of industry to the next.
Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.